Everyone is home by force this period, but then there is nothing that stops you from having that your fine body at the end of all this. There is nothing stopping you from doing other things that might be productive for you this period, instead of just working from home. You'd be surprised that some people are still stressed even though they are working from home. Well, I've got tips that I think might work for you, so let us do it. Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Maimuna. How are you doing? Okay, so what I want to talk about today, a lot of people can relate with it, or almost everybody. It is no news that coronavirus is in town, and cases keep coming up and up and up every day. And also, staying at home gets really tiring and boring. I cannot believe I would ever open my mouth or think about it, like to say that I want to go out. I am a homebody. I like staying in my house. So for me to actually say that I just want to go out, like go anywhere, I'm totally bored, even though there is work and everything. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of people out there can also relate with this, which is why I have come up with 5 things that are going to help me through this quarantine or self-isolation period. And I also believe that they can work for you as well. So the first thing is to actually work. If you're working from home, then do the work. This is not time for you to now start flexing or start chilling or whatever. Actually, I don't even think chilling or flexing is really possible, because so many companies that have their staff working from home have team leads or supervisors that keep checking on you from time to time, and then at the end of the day you have to send in reports of what you have done. So chilling is not really very possible, but then I feel like you have to make it easier for yourself since you're at home. So just find a space in your house that you wouldn't be distracted, people wouldn't disturb you. Just find that space and work. So say you have to, if you were at work normally, like in your office, you'd have to work from 8 to 12 and then go on break. So that time you're supposed to go on break, please take that break. Even if you're not going to eat or drink anything, just take it to stretch and to so you just don't get tired and really bored of the whole thing, because the temptation to just leave that work and want to jump on your bed or on your couch and just watch TV can be really strong. Okay, so if you're working from home, just work. That is definitely going to keep you occupied, and that is one productive way to spend this period, right? The second thing I've decided to do is to actually rest and sleep properly. For people living in Lagos, now I'm using Lagos as an example because I stay in Lagos. I can relate with almost everything a Lagosian tweets or talks about. Okay, so for people in Lagos, we're constantly complaining about how we have to leave our houses very early so that we can get to work. We're complaining about traffic, we're complaining about stress, mental stress, physical stress, and a whole lot of things. So I feel like now that we are on holiday by force by fire, we should take time to rest. The pressure is not as much as if you have to leave your house to show up and everything. So you see those hours that you used to get to work, you used to hustle, you used to prepare yourself to get up and everything, just take it and use it to rest and probably sleep. So if you've been doing 4-5 hours of sleep before, maybe this is the time for you to do 6 or 8 hours. Okay, so that your body will know that there's a difference. You'd feel refreshed, you'd feel okay, and then you'd be able to work and be productive. So that was number 2. Number 3 is to actually exercise. I've been seeing tweets and posts of people saying they're eating like 4 or 5 times in a day. Were you looking for an opportunity to showcase the pig inside you? Just be eating. So if you do not have access to the gym anymore because we have to stay at home, I'm very sure that there are exercises that you can do in your house. In fact, in your room, just clear out a corner and do it. And then if you check YouTube, if you check Instagram, you'd see some stay-at-home exercises, and that means you don't necessarily have to add weight or that much weight at that. Okay, just look at it like this. If you've been going to the gym for 6 months before now and you've managed to lose 3 kg, do you want to go back to the gym after this whole thing? Do you want to go back to adding like 6 kg extra? It doesn't work, right? And then nobody knows for sure how long we would have to stay at home for. We don't know if we're going to live leave the house on Monday and go to work, or we still have to do 1 or 2 weeks extra. Nobody knows. So I feel like this is the time for you to, actually be disciplined. It is very, very easy to relax because you're in your house, your kitchen is closed, you can quickly put something together, you can always snack on something. But when you remember that those clothes that you bought before this period still have to size you after, let your head be correct. So instead of eating, put all that energy into actually exercising. Okay, that's number 3. Another way I feel like you can be productive, number 4, is actually doing your online courses if you've registered for one, or actually registering for one. Now, this can be in your area of interest if you have not registered before. It can actually be your area of work, to like brush up or to learn new things, or it can be something different from work but then that you have interest in. So it can be photography, it can be editing, it can be content creation, it can be digital marketing or whatever. And then for people that have been taking these courses and you've not had time to actually do them properly, say you just have to dedicate like 2 hours every day because of work and stress and everything, now is the time for you to find a way to like put it, to try to like sneak it in between things you're doing every day. So let's say you do 1 hour in the morning, you do 2 hours in the afternoon, and maybe 2 hours before you go to bed, or 1 hour before you go to bed. Just add extra time to it. Make every hour that you spend at home count. Don't just sleep and eat and wake up and work. Try to do something extra, 1 or 2 extra things if you can, or even do more if you can. Okay, so take your courses serious, do your courses, register for 1 or 2. All you need is just basically sometimes your phone or your laptop, and I can assure you that even if you're not working from home, that is enough to keep you productive for a day, if you add other things, of course. So the last thing I am also doing this period is bonding. Well, I'm not married, but then I'm bonding with my siblings, bonding with my friends that we probably not had time to talk because of work. Talk to them via WhatsApp or Twitter or something. Now, this last tip is really, really great, especially for parents. Parents that probably have to leave the house very early, come back late at night. You only probably see your children in the morning and in the evening. They're either still grumpy and cranky in the morning while they're going to school, or they are sleepy at night when you get back. So I feel like this is the time for you to have some quality family time after you submit your report for the day. Talk to your children, talk to your wife, talk to your husband, know what's up. Try to find out what's up from your children. To ask them how school has been, their friends, check their notes or something. This is an opportunity for you to let your children know that when mommy or daddy has the time, they are definitely going to be there. They are being away because they have to work. So bond. And then if you cannot bond physically, say you and your partner are in different states at the moment, or different countries, or you and your boyfriend cannot do this whole self-isolation thing together and you're at different locations, social media has made it easier. WhatsApp, video calls, just pay extra attention, give them extra time, because there is no rope to your neck, there is no boss on your neck. You just have to create time, squeeze in time, create fun memories as much as you're working. So if you work properly, you rest and sleep very well. Of course, I'm not saying you should sleep the day away or sleep several hours away. If you also exercise instead of eating so much food, and if you also try to do 1 or 2 online courses or take your pre-registered courses seriously, find time for them. And lastly, you take the remaining few hours you have to bond with your family, bond with your spouse, your children, your friends as well. I can assure you that you wouldn't feel so tired or bored anymore, because it looks like you're trying to do so many things at the same time, which is not like a lot anyways. There are things that you can just do and do and do, right? So those are the 5 things that I have started doing for a couple of days now, and they are working so far. I'd love to know what you have been doing that's been keeping you productive and busy. Drop them in the comment section below. It might be something I would also want to, put into my daily routine, right? And one last thing, please let us take it upon ourselves to inform and educate people around us. If you have to do it via calls or texts, via WhatsApp or whatever, you'll be surprised that so many people have no idea how serious this is, how much of a mess we're in at the moment. They don't know what is going on, which is why they are acting so nonchalant and irresponsible. Okay, so take it upon yourselves to educate people around you, your children, your friends, your colleagues, your gatesman, your neighbor, or whatever. If you do not have to go out, please stay in your houses. If you have to go out, please take protective measures. Be very, very careful, and also check the NCDC social media handles. They're always dishing out information, always keeping us up to date with things that are happening. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Anyway, please subscribe. You can check out my other videos. If you like any of my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you have things you want to share or replies to the things I've talked about in my previous videos, please drop them in the comment section. I'll read them and get back to you. I love feedback. So till next time, till my next video, of course, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and bye.